This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com with a big daily wrestling news update. First, though, I would like to say that I did do a review of the Abdullah the Butcher Dark Side of the Ring earlier today. The link is in the description for anyone that wants to see it. I was actually in the hospital for like 11.5 days recently, about 12 days, recovering from a pretty much a near-death experience. So I've been very ill, so I'm a little late with the news on some of this stuff, but I'm getting around to it. Dynamite was down a bit last night, 0.29 rating. Ted Hart, real name Edward Anus, 43 years old, I guess was arrested on the 14th of July in Titusville, Florida for numerous things, I guess. The first thing he was arrested for was speeding. And I guess this was coming home from a match at a wrestling school where, according to Dave Meltzer, this was his first match in about 3 years. And he was teaming with Chasen Rance, who, for anyone that saw him in his Peacock documentary, he did some homosexual fetish videos with Chasen Rance in the past. Apparently, he was pulled over for speeding and going through a red light. And when the police opened the glove compartment, there was an unsealed medical marijuana container. Apparently, there was a bag of red pills and another of red powder, which Hart claimed was a blend of vitamins. There was vials of steroids, the steroids Mastron and testosterone cypionate, which he alleged he had prescriptions for. There was a blue powder that contained MDMA, aka ecstasy, and several more open medical marijuana containers. He was arrested and charged with possession of MDMA, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, and failing to stop at a red light. So he's just been out of jail on numerous things, and he again is arrested. And I did put another link to the description. The last interview he did on this channel with Jack Kilby, we were going to give him a chance and put him on a Great North Wrestling event. But he was so messed up in this interview that you would have to suspect he was on something, possibly something like ecstasy, for the speed he was talking at. He wasn't making any sense. He was claiming, and at one point he was an undercover police officer. I mean, I wish him help. I mean, he owes me money. He's a worker. He's a con artist, in my experience with him, that I've tried to give numerous chances to. And I don't know, man. He also said in the last interview that he thought WWE was secretly scouting him. And his Peacock documentary, they only aired the first episode on USA after Raw. They never aired the other two. I guess they didn't do that well. I don't think it was a fair documentary on him. It was a bit of a weird documentary, but yeah, I don't think with how corporate WWE is that he will get another shot there anytime soon. Speaking of Ted, though, he is from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where WWE did a Collision taping on July the 14th from the Saddle Dome. The legendary Saddle Dome, where apparently it is Stampede. It was during Stampede, which is the biggest event of the year in Calgary. Apparently they had 6,800 in the building with 6,000 paid, which is great for AEW. Then in Boston last week for Dynamite, they had 9,200 in the building with 8,300 paid. In SmackDown on the 14th, Friday the 14th in Raleigh, North Carolina, they did 10,600 paid. So these are great numbers. July the 17th in Atlanta, WWE had 10,800 paid, 12,000 in the building. That's pretty much news. I will say one more thing about one that I forgot that someone commented on regarding that Abdullah the documentary, and it was about Tony Atlas, who I don't think quite understood the situation. And again, for me, they were at my house like 7 or 8 hours. The interview was somewhere around 5 hours. They pick and choose and manipulate footage for that. So I don't hate on Tony Atlas at all. I will say one thing weird about Tony Atlas, though. I did buy a drawing from him of Bruiser Brody and the Sheik, and he never sent it. So beware of ordering stuff from him. Hello, Doug Masters. Hello, Ian. Where's Piper? She was with me, actually. She appeared. They cut her out of the Dark Side of the Ring documentary. She didn't fit their narrative. But she did appear in my review of the Abdullah the Butcher Dark Side of the Ring. Mike, we wish him the best. We wish him the best, but he's. You know what? Who knows how long any of us are going to live? But I wish him the best. Anyone can break a record, but he's not going down a good path. Buff got in trouble again recently too. Yeah, we posted that yesterday. Buff Bagwell, another shady character. My dealings with him. DDP, he had promised DDP he was going to do an interview with me, and then didn't do it. So he lied to DDP, who I got a lot of respect for, by the way. Dave, yeah, well, I was happy to get the payoff from Dark Side of the Ring anyways. Payoffs are always nice to have. And yeah, I mean, they showed me as a heel. They portrayed me as a heel, and I like being a heel overall, so I'm not complaining. I just think they're going to manipulate footage to portray whatever narrative that they want, and they certainly did that. That's their prerogative. Someone checking in from Northern California. It's pretty hot here today in Ottawa. Buff is working for AEW behind the scenes. Now I heard Chris Hero is, and Scotty Too Hottie is getting a tryout. I don't think Buff. He just got arrested this week or last week and spent 2 nights in jail. I don't think they're going to put him on the AEW roster. Although DDP has a lot of connections at AEW, I don't know if they're that strong. Jason checking in from Phoenix. I really hope to live in Arizona one day. That would be a dream of mine. By the way, I'm going to do a video of this next. I will do reviews. I watched also, I caught up on it today, the Adrian Adonis Dark Side of the Ring, as well as the Bam Bam Bigelow Dark Side of the Ring. And one of the guys in the Adrian Adonis Dark Side of the Ring is The Rock's uncle and Rocky Johnson's brother, Ricky Soulman Johnson. And this guy sent me probably the weirdest message I've ever received. He backed out of an interview several times now. I don't know why he agreed to it, but he sent me a very sexual message. Bizarre. Am I willing to do another Dark Side of the Ring? Apparently I'm in the according to what they told me, I'm in the Marty Jannetty one. They use a clip of me on something in the Marty Jannetty one. Brian correcting himself, he was talking about Scotty Too Hottie. Alright guys, I will do my Adrian Adonis Dark Side of the Ring review quickly next, and I will show this bizarre email from Ricky Johnson. And Super Max Hernandez is going to be doing an interview with Jack Kilby tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. I met him once at SWE Fury in Texas. I can't remember the city. It was not Dallas, but seemed like a nice guy. The Marty episode should be interesting. I do really like Marty a lot. He's a good soul. There's people that have demons in this business that are good souls and just have demons. There's some straight people that are really evil people and politically assholes and manipulators. And then there's people with demons that are also assholes. But Marty is one of the nicest people I can tell you in the business, in my experience. So yeah, I'll come back with that Adrian Adonis Dark Side of the Ring review. Cheers.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button.